Picture this, a 27-year-old who started making videos in his childhood bedroom just did something no Hollywood executive thought was possible. He got families to drop everything and gather around their TVs on a weekly basis like they're getting scheduled dopamine injections. But as you might have guessed, this is no ordinary underdog story. This is Jimmy Donaldson, aka MrBeast. And what he just accomplished should terrify every entertainment executive on the planet. Because the numbers I'm about to show you prove that creators aren't just competing with Hollywood anymore, they're demolishing it. While Hollywood executives spent 2024 crying about 20% production declines and begging for tax credits, Jimmy built a literal city, flipped a coin for $5 million, and created Amazon Prime Video's most watched unscripted series ever. And he did it with a budget that Marvel spends on craft services. But here's what everyone missed. How did MrBeast just prove that the creator economy has already won? And what does this mean for the future of entertainment? Let me give you the numbers that'll make Disney shareholders question everything they thought they knew about media. YouTube is now worth $550 billion and will surpass Disney this year as the biggest media company by revenue. Not might surpass, will surpass. YouTube already captured 12% of total TV viewership, ahead of Disney, Fox, and Netflix combined. But wait, it gets worse for Hollywood, and this is where things get even crazier. Film and television shoots in the greater Los Angeles area dropped 20% in 2023. Hollywood's share of qualified projects, which are projects that qualify for state or federal tax incentives to make production cheaper, fell from 23% in 2021 to just 18% in 2023. That's not a dip, that's a cliff. Meanwhile, the creator economy grew to $250 billion, growing at 25% annually. Traditional media growth? 5% annually. In business terms, that's the difference between a rocket ship and a 2001 Nissan Altima with a flat tire and a gas leak. MrBeast's Beast Games reached 50 million viewers in 25 days. That's more than most Hollywood blockbusters see in their entire theatrical run. But how he did it reveals the three massive problems Hollywood still doesn't understand. MrBeast didn't accidentally stumble into success. He systematically solved three massive problems that have crippled Hollywood for decades. Problem number one, the algorithm versus audience dilemma. Traditional TV operates on appointment viewing, which is TV speak for planning to watch a show at a specific time on a regular basis, like a nightly news show or watching the Super Bowl every year. But MrBeast cracked the code. His solution? Create content that works for both traditional viewing and algorithmic distribution. Beast Games was designed as a giant box of surprises where the viewer has absolutely no idea what's coming next. MrBeast explained that it's hard on YouTube to do theorized content. People who do 10-episode shows don't really do that well because YouTube recommends random videos. With Beast Games, each episode stands on its own as an episode to be recommended, while also functioning as a sequential narrative in a specific episode order. Hollywood still doesn't get this. But then again, Hollywood has always optimized for legacy distribution, aka making episodic content that only gets delivered one episode or movie at a time. Just take a look at the user experience of the big streaming services. You can still enjoy episodes in order, but when discovering new shows to watch, your home screen is filled with recommendation after recommendation. Almost like it's YouTube. Problem number two, the budget paradox. Now, MrBeast admits he lost money on Beast Games, but here's what's brilliant. While he lost money on production, he gained proof that creators can deliver Hollywood-scale entertainment without Hollywood bureaucracy. But there's a catch. MrBeast can afford to have Beast Games be a loss leader, the part of his business that loses money for the purpose of the overall growth of the rest of his business. Very few creators can invest heavily in content production resources similar to how he does. And even so, Jimmy has other revenue streams that minimize the risk of this particular content investment, like his Feastables bars or his other YouTube channels. He built ginormous sets, had more contestants than any competition show in history, offered the largest prize in entertainment history, all while maintaining his YouTube-style core. Hollywood spends $200 million on a superhero movie and prays it doesn't flop. MrBeast spends a fraction, knows exactly what his audience wants, and delivers appointment viewing that brings people together in living rooms. Problem number three, the friction of creative red tape. As industry expert Michael Cioni points out, YouTube represents storytelling without friction. No gatekeepers, no development red tape, no studio notes from studio executives whose sole mantra is maximize the value of IP. MrBeast describes the difference. It was very nice to work on one project for an extended time. I didn't have to get on a plane and had a singular focus. As usual, MrBeast had no Hollywood executives creeping over his shoulder because Amazon trusted that Jimmy could pull a massive chunk of his 700 million combined followers to Prime Video. Jimmy's trust fall into the pit of tech bros and velvet-covered red tape paid off as Amazon reported that the first season of Beast Games was their #1 single source of new customers in 2024. But MrBeast isn't alone as a creator bringing success to TV. What I'm about to show you will change how you see the entire entertainment landscape. Case in point, Alan Chicken Chow opened a 10,000 square foot studio in Burbank with cutting-edge equipment. That's not a YouTube creator pretending to be Hollywood. That's a new entertainment company that started on YouTube. Plus the fact that he could afford to do that in Burbank? You're not throwing down the type of money that it takes to do that unless you're a massive TV production company or you win a medical malpractice lawsuit. The creator economy is projected to reach $528 billion by 2030, growing at 22.5% annually. Hollywood's California entertainment industry? $43 billion in wages and declining. Just do the math. The creator economy will be 10 times the size of traditional Hollywood within 6 years. But here's the terrifying part for studio executives. Because of YouTube's growth in living rooms across the US, revenue added to the creator economy is revenue subtracted from traditional media. People can't just consume more content. Their existing attention has to shift from one place to another. There's only so much time people already have to watch. Unless you're Drake. Then you've got all the time in the world to rewatch the Super Bowl halftime show and cry into your shrimp tacos while Kendrick Lamar steamrolls you again. Creators are winning because they understand something Hollywood forgot. Audiences don't want to be programmed to. They want to be a part of something. MrBeast's audience didn't just watch Beast Games. Entire families were getting together, and it became a show people watched because they loved talking and discussing about what they thought was going to happen. And Beast Games, like the vast majority of his other content, centers around average people hoping to win a massive amount of money in a very short amount of time. People fantasize about their own rags to riches stories, and MrBeast delivers it to them every week with 2-day free shipping and a dopamine IV drip. That's not just content consumption, that's community building. You can't buy that with a $200 million marketing budget. This latest version of Snow White from Disney really put the IP in RIP. Here's the beautiful part. It's not just about MrBeast becoming Gen Z Walt Disney in a hoodie suit for 12-year-olds. It's about millions of creators getting opportunities that never existed before. YouTube paid $70 billion to creators between 2021 and 2024. With payouts rising each year. That's exponentially more than most Hollywood studios likely generated in profit in that same time period. Studios' annual profits are typically in the hundreds of millions to low single-digit billions per studio, Disney being the one that's in that billion category, totaling well under $10 billion combined over that same span of time, which is a far cry from YouTube's $70 billion paid to creators. There are just over 200 million content creators worldwide. Most of them are in their 30s. This isn't some Gen Z fad. This is people of all ages building real businesses around creativity. Unlike Hollywood, where your zip code and connections determine opportunities, the creator economy really is a meritocracy. If you build it, and build it well, the audiences will come and watch with the Feastables bar in one hand and a tall, cold glass of TV executives' tears in the other. Which raises the million-dollar question everyone in entertainment is asking. Are we witnessing the death of Hollywood? Not exactly. We're witnessing something more significant. A science-defying, Avatar-style rebirth of a new entertainment ecosystem where audiences choose, creators flourish, and quality content comes from anywhere. If Hollywood has any hope of regaining attention and viewership, they have to dramatically evolve their business model. Michael Cioni also warns the industry, what got us here is not going to get us there. If we really believe that saving our industry means getting back to where we were in 2019, we're going to lose it all. The smart play? Focus on high-fidelity narrative content while collaborating with content creators rather than competing with or ignoring them. MrBeast proved creators can play in Hollywood's sandbox and win. But more importantly, he proved that they don't need Hollywood's permission to build bigger, more engaging, more profitable sandboxes. And these sandboxes can be built anywhere, except in Phoenix, Arizona, because screw that, it's way too hot to live there. Here's the truth every entertainment executive needs to understand. MrBeast campaigning to win an Emmy for Beast Games isn't about recognition or some need to prove himself to Hollywood. It's about legitimacy. It's about proving creator-led content deserves a seat at Hollywood's table because it's already arrived. And it's not a seat, it's a throne. MrBeast might as well make a video where he bulldozes a movie theater, builds the world's largest movie screen, and pays a winning contestant $1 million to base jump from the top of it and see who can parachute the furthest out into the vast, endless audience watching in the ruins below. November 2024 may be remembered as the moment creator media surpassed traditional media in global relevance, and MrBeast's Beast Games was the proof of concept that made it undeniable. The revolution isn't coming. It's here. While Hollywood worried about protecting their moat, creators built bridges directly to audiences. The question isn't whether creators will take over Hollywood. The question is, what are you going to create while everyone else is still figuring out the rules? Because in the creator economy, the only people who lose are the ones who don't play.